Man in custody after woman found dead in Northeast Lincoln home. Narrated in investigative storyteller tone. It started with a welfare check, a simple call to make sure someone was okay. But when Lincoln police arrived at a quiet home on DeWeese Drive, they found something no one expected. A woman, 43 years old, lifeless inside her home, and a man, injured, silent, and now in custody. What happened inside that house in Northeast Lincoln? This is the story of a tragedy that's shaken a peaceful Nebraska neighborhood. October 23, 2025. Lincoln police receive a call from concerned family members. They hadn't heard from their loved one, 43-year-old Tracy Henman, for several days. Officers were dispatched to her residence near 56th and Holdridge Streets, a quiet part in Northeast Lincoln known more for calm mornings than crime scene tape. When they entered, what they found changed everything. Inside the home, Tracy was found dead. Officers noted what they described as obvious injuries to her neck. A man, about 40 years old, was also found at the scene. He had injuries to his face and neck, but was alive. He was taken into custody and transported to the hospital. Police confirmed the two knew each other, but they haven't shared how. The welfare check had become a homicide investigation. Friends described Tracy as kind, reliable, and devoted to her family. They grew worried when her phone went silent, her messages unanswered. The silence that followed was more telling than any words could have been. While the autopsy results are still pending, one thing is clear. Tracy's final moments were marked by violence, and the answers lie with the man who shared that home. The man in custody hasn't yet been publicly named, but investigators believe he was inside during her final moments. Police spent hours gathering evidence, documenting every detail, every mark that might explain what happened. This case marks Lincoln's 6th homicide of the year. 3 of the previous 5 were domestic in nature, a pattern that's becoming harder for the community to ignore. Neighbors described waking up to flashing lights and sirens. One woman new to the area said she was terrified, and as a survivor of domestic abuse, the scene hit close to home. Her voice trembled as she said, "It did make me scared. I'm not sure if that was a situation, but to me, that's what it sounded like." Behind every siren, there's a story like this, one that starts quietly behind closed doors. Across America, domestic-related homicides continue to rise. Most of them happen away from witnesses, in homes that look just like yours, just like mine. Victims often suffer in silence, afraid to call for help, afraid no one will believe them. Sometimes, the only call that's made comes too late. In Tracy's case, we still don't know the motive or what led to that final moment. But one truth remains. A simple welfare check revealed a silence that had already turned deadly. Investigators are waiting for autopsy results. The suspect remains under police custody, still recovering in the hospital. Formal charges could come in the days ahead. For now, the neighborhood mourns, waiting for answers that may never bring peace. How many warning signs go unnoticed before tragedy strikes? How many voices go unheard until it's too late? Tracy Henman's story is one of too many. Lives cut short, often by those they once trusted. And while the investigation continues, one truth stands unshaken. The cost of silence is always too high. This is a story of a quiet home in Northeast Lincoln and a woman who deserved more than silence. Stay safe, stay aware, and never ignore the signs.